Testing, testing.
Yeah, so now we can hear each other, right?
Good evening. Welcome to Charger Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Tonight we have hoops matchup between the visiting Squires of Calvin Christian and the hometown Chargers of Covenant Christian. Alongside me, Dan Kuiper. I'm Kyle Brunigi. This is a major rivalry game, non-conference, but good opponents, and it's a treat every year to get these two teams matched up. This year in Charger Arena, and Dan, it's going to be a fun night, Friday night basketball.
Yeah, we've got a lot of Charger fans and Squire fans in the audience here in the gym, and like you said, when these two teams match up, both teams bring their A game. They get excited about playing one another, so anticipate an intense, well-executed basketball game tonight.
Chargers coming in with a record of 1-1, a win on Tuesday against Lowell, and the Squires coming in at 0-3, a couple tough losses to local Christian high schools, Unity and Holland. Coach Schimmel 10-8 against the Squires in his tenure as Covenant's varsity coach, and we're going to hope to talk to him in just a minute here and pick his brain. But as you know, Dan, this is a pretty special game to Coach Ty, and he's going to have his guys ready to go.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of guys here this year that are in their junior season, first year of varsity basketball, and that's a big adjustment. And they've made that adjustment fairly well in the first couple games here. But excited to see that there's a lot of growth and development game by game when you have juniors playing in their first varsity competition.
Well, we got Coach Ty with us right now, and Coach Ty, I was just saying your record against Calvin, 10-8. We're going to make it 11-8 tonight, hopefully. What makes this game so special?
It's a good question. I think we were actually talking about with the assistant coaches today, like in the locker room, like all the good memories and bad memories playing against these guys, right? I feel like in like the mid 2000s, they kind of owned us for about 10 years. And then we kind of flipped that about 15, 16, and then it was kind of back and forth for the last 10 years. And it's been a lot of fun. The thing that made it special is you saw them in the regular season, then you saw them in districts most likely. And that always added another element of like pressure and fun. So
yeah. So what are some good things your guys did on Tuesday night, getting that first win against Lowell that you want to see translate into tonight?
Yeah, just playing with confidence. We got a lot of new guys that are learning on the fly, and just trusting themselves and trusting their teammates. I think in the first game against Byron Standards, we had a lot of guys trying to do too much, and like the old, like everything in basketball, just trusting your stuff, trusting your teammates. We can do that. We'll be okay.
Okay, and last question, a little glimpse into scouting report for Calvin to give us a nugget or two.
Yeah, they're very similar to us. They're pretty young. They got a senior guard and they got two sophomore guards that are pretty good. Scrappy, Paul, their new coach, great guy. He's a good coach. You can say on video, and I know their record says they're 0-3, but they played some pretty good teams. So I think we're gonna get their best shot tonight. So they're hungry. Yeah.
Okay, excited to see them play tonight, Coach, and have fun out there.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks,
yes,
guys.
Thanks,
have
Coach.
Fun calling the game, man.
Absolutely.
Hey, and by the way, teachers, we got to get the pep band here. Like, people that are listening online, email Travis from Bemo and tell him to get the pep band.
We'll pass on the message.
It is fun having the pep band over in that corner in the northeast corner of the gym. And they weren't able to pull that together tonight. And part of that is you've got a big crowd, and it's fairly hard to squeeze that pep band in with the Calvin student section over there. But they do bring some energy when the pep band's playing. So I see where Coach is coming from.
He definitely wants that energy in here tonight, but the fans will have to bring it. And we're going to step aside now and get you back for starting lineups in the anthem and tip-off. We'll be...
rise, gentlemen, and welcome to Covenant Christian High School for tonight's varsity basketball game. Tonight we welcome the Covenant Christian Squires as they take on your Covenant Christian Chargers. Ladies and gentlemen, before the opening tip, we ask that everyone please rise. Gentlemen, remove your caps. Direct your attention to the flag. We pause now to honor our nation and those who protect our freedoms with the playing of the national anthem. And now let's meet the starting lineup. First of all, for the Covenant Christian Squires. Starting at guard is a college-running senior, number 10, Vaughn Dykstra. At guard, he's 5'10", a sophomore, number 20, Fisher Dykstra. At forward, 6'2", senior, number 22, Will Orr. At forward, 6'5", junior, number 32, Brandon Lockheed. And at forward, 6'8", junior, number 54, Levi Kuriga. The Squires are coached by Paul Miranda. And now for your Covenant Christian Chargers, starting at guard, he's 6'2", he's a senior, number 0, Nate Kirkstrom. At guard, a 6' senior, number 5, Luke Dieter. At forward, a 6'4" junior, number 11, Brody Schimmel. At forward, he's a 6'2" junior, number 22, Colin Corson. And at forward, he's 6'5", he's a senior, number 23, Tyler Wood. Returning to the coach by Tyler Schimmel, assisted by Tom Pastorelli, and coached by Paul Oval.
Starting for the Squires, Dykstra, Orm, Lockneat, and Heeringa. And for the Chargers, Kirkstra, Diepter, Schimmel, Corson, and Gritters. Squires coached by Paul Marendet, Chargers by Ty Schimmel, and we're at tip-off. Chargers control. And here's Luke Diepter, the senior. Brody Schimmel, number 11, excellent shooter for the Chargers. The Squires going to have to make sure they locate him on every possession.
Good ball movement and patience here early for the Chargers. Good defense on the other side for the Squires.
Good hustle play there by Heeringa. He was out of bounds on the baseline. Charger basketball. to get down to Gritters. Gets it back for a layup. Missed it. Gets his rebound. Puts it in.
Nice job sticking with that one from Gritters down low. The Chargers have always played really tough, gritty, man-to-man defense under Coach Schimmel. See them settle into that here.
Good flex cut by Orm. He's fouled. He'll head to the free throw line. That foul's on number 11, Brody Schimmel, his first. That will send senior Will Orm to the free throw line, where he makes the first. Orm misses the second. That's Corson with a turnover. Orm right to the bucket, using his body really well to draw the foul.
It's the second on Schimmel right off the bat there.
And he's going to go right back to the free throw line. Big foul there on Brody Schimmel. He knows exactly where he's headed. Not what Coach Schimmel wanted to start this game, with his best shooter heading to the bench.
No, and there was 2 possessions in a row where 22 there, Will Orm got Schimmel off his feet and to commit the foul.
Junior Oliver Vanderkolk checks into the ball game for the Chargers. Here's Nate Kirkstra controlling the basketball. Real physical man defense to start this game by the Squires, making the Chargers very uncomfortable.
2 turnovers already, and you know, Coach Schimmel talked about it early, having some of these juniors on the court. They're early on in their varsity experience, and
that was a nice little floater by Nate Kirkstra. I think that's going to be the key to the Chargers, is that quick offense.
push the ball and take care of the ball down here now in the regular half-court offense.
Kirkstra looking in to get the lane, kicks out to Gritters. Thought about it. Now Kirkstra right to the lane. Would have liked to see Nate take that one up to the hoop. Not sure why he passed that one back. And that's out of bounds to the Squires.
Squires have played some really tough man-to-man defense of their own here for the first 3 minutes about of this first quarter.
That's Orm. Range to three. Great start for him. He's been the offense for the Squires thus far. 6'4".
Now the Chargers down here have got to run some offense patiently and find their opportunities to attack the basket, go score.
Nice pass by Diemter. That's Gritters, who heads right to the floor, and he'll head right to the line. That's 32. Landon Lockney. Gritters will go to the line to shoot two. Checking in is junior Easton Schimmel. Gritters misses both. Rebound Orm. Good job controlling that catch by Hieringa. Couldn't finish. See what the Chargers can do here, down 2 early on. Nathan Kirkstra right to the bucket, left hand, good.
The Squires have been really disciplined defensively, taking away that kind of straight line drive with help side defense. That time didn't close it out. Nice strong drive from Kirkstra.
There's Orm right to the bucket. Gets his own rebound. He's going to go right up. Basket's good. Will Orm. Has just been very aggressive to start this game. That foul was on Kirkstra.
He's done an excellent job down there being patient, and Ritters did a nice job just staying straight up, but Nate came in, hands down. They usually call you on that one.
Orm converts the three-point play. Brady Halsteg into the game for the Chargers at guard. It's going to be really important for the Chargers for Nate Kirkstra to heat up.
That good defense there, better offense, just rose up, knocked that shot down.
That was a missed layup by Dykstra. There's Easton Schimmel with a spin move. Misses the layup. That ball was off the Squires. It will stay with the Chargers. Another substitution for the Chargers, 13. Levi Koinga. Juniors getting some early action in their first varsity matchup with the Squires. That's Oliver Vanderkal from the corner. Splash! Chargers go up by 2. Coming up on 2.5, first quarter. Can't answer from the corner. That's Brady Halsteg for 3.
Couple good looks there for the Chargers in the last 2 possessions. They got some guys who can really heat it up from the outside.
Orm almost got another offensive rebound there. Rebound Schimmel. Schimmel using quite a bit of his bench early on here in the first quarter. And that was Koinga. Fouled by number 10, Vaughn Dykstra. Senior Landon Kirkstra checks in. Twin brother of Nate. It's Easton to Landon. Great pass from Halsteg. Can't finish. It's going to be an offensive foul on Levi Koinga on the rebound attempt. Great pass by Halsteg, just couldn't convert.
Yeah, there was, for the last 3 possessions, Chargers didn't score there, but offensively the last 3 possessions they've really settled down, gotten good shots that they want. And those shots will start to drop. Defensively here, they've got to continue to just lock down.
It's Nate Steenwijk who's checked into the game with a nice jumper. That ties the game at 11. Luke Diemter also back in for the Chargers. They've settled down a bit on the last few possessions, like you just said. Halsteg to Koinga in the corner. Stay with the Chargers. 1 minute left, first quarter, 11-11. It's a great pass. Kirkstra puts it in.
Great job there by Landon. Set the screen for, I don't know who it was, coming out to the corner and just slipped right to the basket.
Steelwhite got caught under the rim there. Halsey with a nice pass to the corner. Schimmel up to Koinga.
Shuffles his feet.
You like the aggression by these juniors coming off the bench. Great minutes by the Charger bench to start this game in this first quarter. Fisher Dykstra checks in. The sophomore. He'll control the ball here for the Squires. 20 seconds. Down 2. Definitely want to hold for the last shot here. Right to the bucket. It's going to be a body foul on Luke Deemster. That's going to send Dykstra to the free throw line with just under 10 seconds on the clock here, first quarter. Michael Chance checking in for the Squires. Makes both free throws. Tie game. That was an almost by Owen Rhodes. That's going to end the first quarter. 13-13, Dan.
As advertised. Good, tough-nosed basketball out there. Both sides, really good defensive intensity on both sides. Both teams have struggled a little bit to settle in offensively. At times we've seen some good possessions on both ends of the court here. So we'll see how each of those teams, Chargers and Squires, adjust, what kind of adjustments they might make here going into the second quarter.
I think the Chargers rotated about 6 guys in that quarter. Quite a few guys coming off the bench. And those are big minutes. In a game like this, when you're starting, there's a lot of adrenaline. Just to get those starters a quick breather. Bench minutes are going to be big. And really both teams, the Squires doing the same thing. A lot of substitutions. So as second quarter begins, again tied at 13. Brody Schimmel back in after sitting most of that first quarter with 2 quick fouls within a minute. Sophomore Dykstra here pulls up with the 3. Big shot for Fisher Dykstra. Good patience here by the Chargers. Coach Schimmel looking for some better movement. Here's Gritters, dragged his foot, travel. That'll turn the ball over.
The first quarter started with about 3 turnovers and 4 possessions for the Chargers. And then they really settled in and got away from that. And so there's one to start the second quarter.
Good defense by Diemter on the perimeter. To the corner. Chance off the mark, off the Chargers, stay with the Squires. Lockney checks back in for Bolt. Do you really want to have a play called T, Dan?
I noticed that. Yeah.
Seems like of all the letters you could pick, would T be the letter?
I don't know. It might accidentally get you a timeout called or a little bump there.
Players want to travel, but sophomore Owen Rhodes picks up the body foul. Charger basketball underneath. Trying to get the ball to Corson. Here comes Orm back in the game. He had a great first quarter. Sure, the Squires are going to look to get him back in the action. Gamble by Dykstra, that leads to a Schimmel three off the mark. Here comes Dykstra right to the bucket.
Schimmel did a nice job there on that defensive possession in transition. He knew he couldn't pick up the foul. Stayed straight up.
I'm sure his dad swallowed there for a minute. So Squire basketball. Another good strong move by Will Orm, having his way down low. Chargers are going to have to talk about how to deal with him under the bucket.
He's been very under control, strong with the basketball all along. Orm's got 11. He's got 11.
Go to Schimmel, to Corson, goes baseline, draws the foul on Lockney. He'll send Corson to the free throw line. Corson makes the first. Hearing go back in. And Jeb Nichols, the sophomore. 3 sophomores on this varsity squad. Nichols makes his first appearance. Corson misses the second. 18-14 Squires, coming up on 5.5 left in the second quarter. Steal by Kirkstra. Better locate Schimmel.
Really tough defense here from the Squires. They have been just locked down, locked in defensively, making things hard on the Chargers.
That foul's on Dykstra, the sophomore. Coach not happy with that foul. Not the place on the floor you want to give that one up. Unnecessary. Just his first. And that's 3 fouls on the Squires this quarter. Remember, 5 and the Chargers will shoot free throws. That's Diemter. Thought he was fouled. No call. Here comes Dykstra to Orm. Oh. Had Hearing underneath. Missed him.
He did for a split second.
That was Rhodes, the sophomore, Going baseline. That foul's on Diemter. That's his second foul. And Rhodes will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Got a slew of Chargers coming in here. Kohenga, Halstead, Vanderkolk, and junior Kohenko for his first minutes of the game. And for the Squires, Vaughn Dykstra.
And we've got Mr. Travis Van Bemmel on the court. He is cleaning up before an object, it looks like. Not quite sure what made its way onto the court, but
both teams trying to get a quick timeout here. Mr. Van Bemmel is not exactly fleet of foot. Took his time.
I think he needed to track down a towel there for sanitary purposes.
We got it all figured out. Rhodes to the free throw line for the second shot. Makes it. Flips the pair, 19-14 Squires.
A little full court pressure here now from the Squires.
Good job breaking that pressure. Brady Halstead here with the basketball. Calling the offense. Good steal by Hanko, goes in and puts it in. Great steal by Kohenko to get through.
Yeah, good strong move from Cohen. Cohen does a nice job just using his body to create some space. He did it there. He's obviously first year on the varsity, but did that well throughout his JV season as well.
Long rebound back to the Squires on that missed 3. Don't want to pick up a silly foul here. Good solid defense by the Chargers.
Good help there.
Coming up on 3 minutes to play, first half.
Squires being very patient.
Almost a steal by Hanko, but it is off the Squires. It'll be Charger basketball. Sloppy with the basketball. Schimmel and Kuiper checking in. (19-16) Squires, under 3 minutes to play. Yep, got caught in the lane. Easton Schimmel, Squire basketball, 3 seconds.
We talked about the defense a little bit earlier, but it's a 6-3 quarter right now. Kelvin has the advantage. The Chargers just have not been able to execute real well offensively, get a whole lot of flow. They're going to have to fix that here, but
handoff to Dykstra, down to Heringa. Great block out by Kuiper. Kohenga loses the ball. Dykstra with a strong move to the bucket, and he gets fouled. Chargers a little sloppy with the basketball in a few possessions. You like the aggression, but got to control the basketball. Fisher Dykstra back to the free throw line. This is the first. Nate Kirkstra checking in for Vanderkolk. Makes the second.
That's his 6th point of the night. He's had a nice night so far, in addition to Will Orm, who's put 11 on the board for the Squires.
Easton Schimmel. It's a nice rejection by Seemwijk and then keeps the possession. Bill Russell style. That's Dykstra. Pass to Rhodes. We were just calling his name. That's 3 more. Dykstra or Kirkstra looking to answer. That's going to be Oliver Piper over the back. Now the Chargers showing some pressure, 1 minute on the clock. Squires up 7. Looking to have a solid possession here. That's a great pass down to Seemwijk. Couldn't collect it. Steele. Here comes Kirkstra all the way to the bucket with a left hand. Puts it in. Great finish, Nate Kirkstra. He's had a solid first half.
Nate's got 8 on the night.
Squires looking to hold for 1 shot here. It's just Dykstra. 10 seconds. And with 3.7 on the clock, Dykstra draws the foul. Not what the Chargers wanted here. 2 free throws to finish the half. Fortunately for the Chargers, the Squires have been about 50% from the line, or less. Doing some math over there, Dan?
I think they're a touch over 50%.
Okay, all right. Now they're at 50. This is both of them. And that's how the first half's going to end. 23-18 Squires.
These teams have both played some really gritty defense, and neither offense, I wouldn't say, has been able to settle in against the aggressive defense at this point. And that's especially true. The Squires have just been all over the place defensively, applying a lot of pressure on the ball and not giving up anything easy. So the Chargers have got to be patient, continue to be patient offensively, and pick their spots to be aggressive and attack the basket defensively. They've got to continue to do what they've been doing, making life hard for the Squires. But Fisher Dykstra scored 7 there for the Squires in the second quarter, providing a lot of offense for them. And in the first quarter, it was Will Orm for the Squires. For the Chargers, Nate Kirkstra had 6 in the first quarter, 2 in the second quarter, leading the Chargers with 8 points. Nobody outside of that has more than 3 for the Chargers.
So for all of those mistakes that Coach Ty wants cleaned up, just to be down 5, they've got to be pretty happy going into halftime. Squires just came out a little tougher, and but the Chargers settled in, like you said. And as they talk it over, I thought this would be a great time We weren't able to really catch our breath in that first half. So you know what time it is, Dan?
I'm hoping that you're going to say it's trivia time. We never got a trivia question in that first half.
It was so up and down. I just had to wait till halftime.
And you know what? It's night one. We're just settling in the groove
This
here
is
ourselves.
This is our third year
It is
together,
our third
Dan.
year. It's been
Pretty
two
good
good
years.
years.
2 good years. All right. So a few years ago, I got to set up the trivia question here. A few years ago, MLive came out with a Grand Rapids all dunk team. And I know how you like a good slam dunk. So now when this all dunk team came out, I know you and I were a little miffed that we were snubbed from this list.
Yeah,
so,
I'm not surprised that neither of us were on
and
it,
we got
actually.
we got over it.
Yeah.
But there was another ex-Charger alumni who was not snubbed from this list. And so the trivia question tonight is, which alumni of Covenant Christian made that Grand Rapids all-dunk team? 5 players on this list. He was one of them.
How far back did the list go?
Several decades.
Okay, there you have it. I think I know.
All right. Well, we're not going to give the answer just yet. We want people to, think about it, text their friends. And as they're, getting a snack, getting ready for the second half, they can think about it. So, answer forthcoming. We're going to step aside for now, and we'll be back with the second half action and the answer to the trivia question. folks, we're back. Ready to start the second half. 23-18 Squires. Charger basketball to start. I want to recognize our chief sponsor, the Holst Jepson Physical Therapy Center, and our very own Abby Miedema. Just had a nice chat with her, Dan. She's been our trainer for some years. Glad to have her on board.
Exciting family news for them, too. They've got a new child on the way, due here at the end of December.
That Squire foul was on Dykstra, his second. That foul on the other Dykstra, senior Vaughn Dykstra, his second. So two quick fouls in 18 seconds. Took me a second there, Dan.
It's quick math. I thought it was quick math. I think strong evidence of a former algebra teacher.
Thank you. Deemter misses the first. And the second. A lot of missed free throws tonight by both teams. Those are going to be important down the stretch.
You just mentioned it, but the Chargers are 1 for 6 from the free throw line tonight.
It's not going to get it done. This is Dykstra from the wing. Way off the mark. There's Schimmel from way outside. Bounces off the head of Dykstra. It will stay with the Chargers. Well, Dan, at halftime we had a trivia question, and it was which former Charger was on the all Grand Rapids dunk team that came out a few years ago through MLive. And you had a guess. Did you want to give us that guess, or did you want me to give the answer?
Well, I'm gonna throw out a guess here. It goes back several decades. My guess does to the early '90s. Tyler. I'm drawing blank.
You said Tyler Pipe.
Tyler Pipe, yes.
That is not correct. The correct answer is Carson Muhlenberg, class of 2018. And, you know, our texts usually blow up when we ask these questions. It's hard to keep track of them. But I did get a correct answer from Greg Holsteg. And he also came up with another guy on that team that he played in his era, Jumpin' Jack Kelly. So some of you out there might remember Jumpin' Jack Kelly. That was just a little bit before our days, but
that was not familiar to me. I don't think they went back a whole lot of years.
They did go back to the 70s.
They went back to the 70s. Okay.
In fact,
now, I'm not saying that Carson is not deserving of that. He certainly threw down some nice dunks in his day.
The dunk team? Is that what you're doing right now?
I mean, they picked 5. You picked 5 in the whole area over decades, going back to the 70s.
Well,
that's pretty.
Well, that list actually, Carson was the only guy within 25 to 30 years. So most of the guys were from the past, believe it or not. But we both remember Carson as a high flyer.
No doubt about it.
That's Brody Schimmel going baseline. Nice shot fake. Cuts the lead to 3. Good energy by the Chargers coming out in this third quarter. It's going to be an offensive foul. That's on Heeringa. A little too aggressive. Rhodes checking in for the Squires. Also Holsteg for the Chargers. Holsteg was turned away. This is Lockneat. Dykstra calling out a play for the Squires. That three off the mark. Rebound. Nice pass to Hieringa. Great interior passing by Calvin. They extend their lead to 5. Brody Schimmel off the screen, in and out. Hasn't gotten one to go down this game.
Not yet, but he can heat up in a hurry. It's a good shot.
He definitely has the green light. Halsteg with the steal, gets the ball back, and he gets it stolen. Nice play by Dykstra to retain possession. Back to Orm from the wing, and that bounces in.
Friendly bounce on that one. Back on the board for Orm. He really got them going in the first half.
Opportunity for some momentum there by the Chargers. Couldn't capitalize. It's 3 points the other way. It's going to be a timeout by the Chargers. Did you ever throw an alley-oop in your day to anybody?
I did a few times. I would like to say that they were on the mark, and they weren't quite finished.
Would you, if there was an all Grand Rapids alley-oop passer, 5 of the best alley-oop passers, would you be on that list?
No, not even close.
All right.
I did
Honorable
put one,
mention?
Depends how long we're talking. The honorable mention is. I did at one point put one off the backboard for a teammate who went up and grabbed the ball and bricked it with authority. So I want to say that sometimes the passes, from my perspective, were in place.
I don't remember that. I thought I made that one.
You were a high flyer back in your day as well.
That was my nickname.
I remember pulling out that 8-foot rim and just thunder
With a
dunks.
trampoline with bricks under the legs. It is interesting, that team, all those players but Carson were mid-90s or earlier.
But Carson was on there, yeah.
He was on there.
He was a good ball player all around.
Great pass to Landon Kirkshaw, who's able to collect it and stick it in.
It's time for the Chargers to make a little run here. They've got to get some stops defensively.
Dykstra's been tough, right to the rim. Hieringa rebound, puts it in, and he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. That's Brody Schimmel, his third. Dykstra's a real load for the Charger guards. Just sneaks right in that lane and trades a lot. There he didn't score, but opened up this opportunity for Hieringa. Completes a three-point play. Squires up 9. 3.5 left in the third quarter. Halsteg with a jumper off the mark.
And now the Squires know they can use some clock here and execute.
Almost a steal by Vanderkalk. 4 juniors and a senior on the floor for the Chargers. Here's Orm. Got a big impact on this game. Coach Marendet is going to take a timeout. Just a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. So, Dan, what do you think the Chargers have to do to make a run here?
It starts here on the defensive end. They've done a pretty solid job throughout the night. And Calvin's done a good job here in the third quarter, executing offensively and getting some high ball screen action and forcing some pressure on the defense. And that's what led to Huringa last time being able to get an offensive rebound or in the and one. But then really it comes down to the offensive end. They've got to establish some flow on the offensive end, get a little bit more consistency. They haven't got the shots they've wanted. They did for a brief period in the second quarter, but here in the third quarter, they haven't been able to settle in offensively at all.
We know that the three ball can change a game in a hurry. Now the Chargers showing some zone action. A little wrinkle here by Coach Schimmel out of the timeout. Dykstra to the rim, he's fouled.
He went down hard there.
Fouls on Kirkstra, Landon Kirkstra. Dykstra's going to go back to the free throw line. Where he's 4 of 8, 50%-ish.
He's been solid though, getting to the rim and knocked down a couple 3-point shots. In addition to really being able to penetrate into the lane and collapse the defense of the Chargers a bit. He's been solid. A really nice job tonight from Fisher Dykstra.
Makes both of those. Oliver Kuiper in for the Chargers, along with Luke Diemter. Chargers down 11. Diemter trying to draw a foul there. That foul's on Koinga. That's his third foul. Like you said, it's going to start on the defensive end. Chargers need a stop here. 2 minutes left, third quarter. Extending that zone up, 3-2. And dropping the side. That's going to free up Fisher Dykstra from the corner. It's the risk you take running that zone defense.
Yeah, and the Squires were just very patient against it throughout that possession and waited for that corner three to open up. And now the Chargers, what they've really struggled to do here tonight is generate any pressure on the defense by getting into the lane and penetrating. That works.
Nate Kirkstra with the answer off the glass. He'll take it. Still a 12-point lead for the Squires. Back to the man. Defense.
The Squires have been pretty content to, at the end of quarters, really run some clock.
Dykstra kicks it out. Lockney missed it on the rebound. Foul on the Chargers. That's Diemter again.
Fifth team foul on the Chargers.
It's going to send Dykstra back to the free throw line. He's spent just a little bit of time there tonight. And he makes the first. Deemter and Koing out of the game. Halsteg back in, as well as Brody Schimmel. Waiting for him to catch fire. But the Squires knew that he was definitely the main threat offensively from behind the arc.
Yeah, they've really chased him on the perimeter over top of screens, not letting him get anything easy.
That foul was on Lockneat on the rebound blockout for Charger basketball. Halsteg fouled on the floor on Vaughn Dykstra, his third.
Five for the Squires, so that'll put Halsteg at the line.
Halsteg makes the second.
Imagine the Squires are going to hold here for one shot with 12 seconds now on the clock.
Up 12. Chargers want to be solid, no fouls. That'll send the Squires to the free throw line. Steal by Schimmel, down to Gritters. Back to Halsteg for three, in and out. So close. Chargers missed a few that way. That'll conclude 3 quarters of play here in Charger Arena. Squires push their lead out to 12 at the end of the third quarter. We're going to step aside and be back for the start of the fourth.
3 cars outside the school here that need to be moved at the end of the game. If you are the owners of a Jeep, a Hyundai, and a Chevy Cruze, we need you to pay attention here. The Jeep, license number EGH791. The Hyundai EZM8634. The Chevy Cruze 6PWY94. Them 3 vehicles are going to cause a massive traffic headache if they are not moved immediately after the game. So if you own a Jeep, Hyundai, or a Chevy Cruze, whatever license plate number, immediately at the end of the game, if you would just move them, we would appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Squire basketball to start the fourth quarter. Trapping by the Chargers. Here's Orm. Dykstra's been solid. Rejected by Gritters.
Good help side defense there from Gritters. Saw it coming, stepped over.
There's Brody Schimmel for 3. Splash! Just what the Chargers needed.
Yeah, they need him to get hot. And a few other guys who can knock down some shots to do that here in this fourth quarter if they're going to make a run.
Dykstra's done such a nice job controlling the offense for Calvin. Now Gritters on him. Over to Orm. And Gritters will pick up the foul.
Coach Schimmel's going to take a timeout here to talk about what's going on. So the Squires are going to hold the basketball, take long possessions, being up by 9 at this point. And the Chargers are going to talk about what they're going to do in that sort of scenario. And it looked like near the end of that possession, Coach Schimmel was looking to trap a little bit up top, get the ball moving, force some action. See once what they come up with coming out of the timeout.
Crucial part of the game here, down 9. Gotta make something happen. Like you just said. Number of possessions is going to be important here, and the issue too is you're aggressive and you're going to pick up fouls. And it's going to put them at the free throw line. So forcing the issue without fouling. Like Schimmel forcing a held ball. That will bring the ball to the Chargers. Nate Kirkstra, nice move in and out. Almost forced a turnover there, down to Heeringa. He's blocked. Winters corrals it. And Heeringa's going to pick up the foul. Charger basketball, looking to cut into this 9-point lead. 6 minutes to go.
Nice flare screen there.
And Brody Schimmel, the nice move, buries it. 2 threes by Brody Schimmel in the fourth quarter, cuts the lead to 6.
Just a nice little flare screen to get him open on the wing.
Steal by Corson. He's fouled. And he'll go to the free throw line. Exciting sequence there. A momentum shift for the Chargers. That foul's on Will Orm. His first foul, no issue there, but it will send Colin Corson to the free throw line to cut into the lead. Corson makes both. 37-33. Started the quarter down 12. Plus 8. Down to 4.
The Squires haven't scored yet here this quarter. Yep. That's going to be 4.
It's a big foul by Schimmel. His 4th foul. They need him in the game.
Yeah, well, he just knocked down a couple threes. You'd like to see him out there.
We'll see how the Squires take this possession, only up 4. Still want to get a quality look. It's a full timeout taken by Coach Marindet, so we'll step aside. We'll be right back. Squires up 37-33. Coming out of the timeout, Squire basketball up 4, 5 minutes to go. Chargers still looking to do that trap. It's been effective, disrupting the flow of the Squires offense. But it leaves a wide open shot. Rhodes, he missed it. Big possession here by Covenant Christian.
Good hustle there by Easton. Save that possession for the Chargers.
Easton Schimmel with a 3 off the mark. That would have shook the house. Chargers getting away with some very aggressive ball defense. Squire fans wanting hand checking, but
they've let them play tonight both ways.
That tonight.
Yep.
Again, another trap there. Orm going baseline, right to the bucket. It's too easy. Too easy for Will Orm.
He's been quiet since the first quarter, but that was a big one for the Squires there.
Kirkstra, his brother, with the rebound. And so Landon will head to the free throw line. Third foul on Fisher Dykstra. Third team foul for the Squires. Chargers with just 2. Senior Luke Diemker checks into the game. And Christian puts the pair. Ritter's checking in for the Chargers. Full court pressure now by Covenant Christian. Down 5, under 4 minutes to go. Long baseball pass to Orm. Spins. Fortunate to maintain possession. Dykstra getting around Kirkstra. Comes back out. Had the dribble alive, no travel.
Good aggressive defense there by the Chargers. And
just a 30-second timeout. Coach Marindet pleading with the officials to call the hand checking. I don't know if he knew they're not going to call that.
No, they haven't been calling it all night. But
you're going to keep trying.
They're going to keep. You got to keep trying as a coach to see if you can get that one called. But what the Squires really needed to do there is move the basketball. A little bit too much dribbling up top, holding onto the ball, and I understand they're trying to run some time off the clock and just take care of the basketball. But quite often, the most effective way to do it is to move the basketball side to side, swing it side to side a little bit more effectively. But the Chargers did a nice job of forcing that action, and that's what the Chargers are going to have to do here in the next 3.5 minutes is take a few chances. You might give up some easy shots, but force the action, try to increase the number of possessions, and turn the Squires over.
Chargers hanging around, only down 5. A lot of time left on the clock. And out of the timeout, Rhodes threw it over the head of Dykstra. Brody Schimmel checking back in with 4 fouls. Dykstra taking him right to the rim and puts it in.
Nice strong take from there from Kirkstra. That's 12 on the night for Nate.
And he'll get that foul on Kirkstra.
That's probably one that Coach Schimmel doesn't want to see, is the reach as the ball's being taken up the floor. They have other opportunities to jump a ball or a ball handler in order to force the action instead of just the reach on somebody dribbling the ball up the court, which is going to be called quite often.
Three-point game, 3 minutes on the clock. Here's Orm. The jump trapping has been
that's
Chargers'
really
method this quarter.
That's been effective for them.
Fortunate to keep possession there.
The Squires at this point really have got to settle down from their perspective.
Had the double team there, but they're going to get Luke Diemter on the foul. That's his 4th foul. Corson and Halsteg checking back into the game.
And that's the 4th foul for the Chargers, which means the next foul this quarter is going to put the Squires at the line.
Lockneed also checking in for the Squires. As we get a timeout by Coach Ty Schimmel. That's a full timeout. So we're going to step aside. 2:19 on the clock. Squires 39, Chargers 36. Coming out of the timeout, Squire basketball.
Chargers have limited the Squires to 2 points this quarter. They continue with that jump trap the Chargers do, which has been, you mentioned it earlier, very effective. Squires are really out of sorts here with all the pressure that's been brought here from the Chargers in the last several minutes.
And it's really a risky defense. It's really a, we got to try something, and it's really gone in Covenant's favor.
But what Coach Schimmel noticed was the Squires were going to take lengthy possessions, and they had to speed them up somehow, and you've got to take risks. But there you've got Colin Corson with a nice layup off the back screen.
Big bucket by Corson, cuts it to 1. 1:30 on the clock. Very aggressive Halsteg defense on Dykstra. Fouls on Landon Kirkstra. Brady Halsteg. Yeah. The official called it on number 20. Should be 10.
Yeah, they got the wrong person with a foul there.
It was Brady Halstead, number 10. The official called 20. Well, number 20 is checking into the game right now, Landon Kirkstra. So they got it right. No. So then he said 0, but it's not 0. We got it right, folks. That was number 10, Brady Halstead.
They eventually sorted it out. That was the right one.
Now number 20 will come in. So up 1, Fisher Dykstra going to the free throw line for 2. Rebound Kirkstrom. Timeout. Chargers. Whew. 1:22 on the clock, 39-38. A lot of activity here in Charger Arena, just what we want on a Friday night, right, Dan?
This is good stuff. 1-point game, a minute and a half left. Student sections on both sides are into it. Intensity, energy is what you love to see in a high school game on a Friday night.
Well, I got a feeling that Coach Ty is drawing something up for his son Brody to get a look at the bucket. But the other thing that's been effective is Nate Kirkstra, dribble drive.
I'd like to see something. Last time they got a little back screen action for Colin Corson, and maybe something along those lines again, where you bring Brody off from a screen and really bring all the focus onto that action coming out to the perimeter and slip somebody to the basket. Try to get something at the basket first and work your way inside out. We'll see once what Coach Schimmel came up with here.
All right, here we go, folks. 1:20 on the clock. Chargers down 1. Great slip to the bucket. Nate Kirkstra puts the Chargers up by 1. Great
Nice
setup by Coach Schimmel.
Great play call, good execution. That's exactly what you want in that scenario, is get the ball at the basket and finish a layup. Well played by the Chargers.
Well, we were at one point in the third quarter, the Squires had pushed it up to 12 points. That's how the quarter started. The Chargers have come storming back in this game to take the lead, 40-39.
And the Chargers have held the Squires to 2 points here in the fourth quarter, so that's a big part of it. And a lot of that came from the just ultra aggressive blitz the ball defense. Really forced the Squires into chaotic offense. They weren't getting what they wanted to do there, and too many turnovers for the Squires on that end, which has worked to the advantage of the Chargers on the other end, who have come to life offensively.
You know, the other thing about that, as you called it, a blitz, blitz defense, blitz trapping, is at any other point in the game, when you got that ball to the corner, you're going to take that shot. But now the Squires are a little reluctant with that lead, not as aggressive. Orm was open in the corner on one possession. They're really trying to get a quality shot, and that's creating more of those opportunities for trapping, and that's led to turnovers.
There are 5 team fouls on the Chargers, so any foul here will put the Squires on the line with 2 shots. For the Squires, Orm's been big, Dykstra's been big.
That's Rhodes. Chargers couldn't quite corral that one.
skips it over to Lockneat.
Squires setting up a play here.
Straight up man-to-man defense now for the Chargers. Here's Orm going to the bucket. Gritters was a wall that he ran into, and he's going to pick up the foul. Spun right into him. That's a tough call. But it's going to put Orm at the free throw line for 2. And Orm ties the game at 40. Landon Kirkstra, Brody Schimmel back in the game. Chance for the Squires.
Two big-time free throws there for Orm.
Puts the Squires back up by 1. That's going to put the lead to a Coach Ty timeout. That's his last timeout. So no timeouts left for the Chargers. 9.2 on the clock.
Last time the Chargers came out, they got a little back screen and were able to finish right at the basket. I'd like to see something similar again, where there's some action to the basket first, and if you can't get it at the basket, then you get something to the perimeter.
Why not run the same play? A little reverse psychology. They don't think that's coming, but definitely don't need a 3. Quality 2. And plenty of time to set something up. It doesn't have to be quick. You don't want to leave them time either. All right, so 9.2 on the clock. Chargers down 1. This is the ball game, likely. Deepter to inbound. 7 seconds. 5 seconds. Kirkstra puts it up. Oh, Gritters with the dunk! The basket's good! Chargers win! Chargers win! What a finish in Charger Arena!
That's pretty unbelievable way to finish a game. Wow.
Dan, have you ever seen that in your life?
I think they're going to have to put a new guy on the dunk team that we talked about earlier. That was an incredible finish. Wow.
Kirkstra dribbling, almost lost it. Corrals the ball. Tyler Gritters comes out of nowhere and flushes it. Chargers win. What an exciting finish to a great game.
That's a tough way to lose a game for the Squires. They played a great game, but what an exciting finish. Not quite how Coach Schimmel drew it up, I don't think, but
on the night of the dunk trivia question of all nights, Tyler Gritters wins the game for Covenant Christian.
On a put-back slam dunk. Wow.
The Chargers were down 12 points to start this fourth quarter. And the credit goes to Coach Ty for that blitzing, trapping defense that really threw the Squires off for at least 3 minutes. and really gave them momentum, starting with the defense, which you said earlier, that was going to be the key to get back in the game. And much better offense by Covenant Christian. Just solid possessions. It just shows you that just chip away at that game a little bit at a time.
Yeah, coming into that fourth quarter, down 12, you're kind of thinking Calvin had established themselves fairly well defensively, offensively. They were kind of getting their way, and the Chargers hadn't generated a whole lot that they really wanted to generate, especially on the offensive side. And you said it, they just chipped away and chipped away. And what an effort, what a finish, what a great basketball game between two teams, well coached, well played. Fun game tonight.
Wow. What a great game.
Chargers 42, Squires 41. For Dan Kuiper, I'm Kyle Brunige. It's been a great night of Friday Night Hoops here in Charger Arena. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for watching.